to start again about the circulation of the blood. So first, the superior vena cava receives oxygen-poor blood from the upper part of the body. The inferior vena cava, which is in the lower part of the heart, receives oxygen-poor blood from the lower part of the body. Then all the oxygen-poor blood fills the right atrium. Then the tricuspid valve opens to let the oxygen-poor blood flow down to the right ventricle. Then the pulmonary valve opens to let the oxygen-poor blood flow to the pulmonary artery, which takes the blood to the lungs, which takes out all the carbon dioxide and gives the oxygen-poor blood oxygen and nutrients and makes it become oxygen-rich blood. Then the pulmonary vein receives the oxygen-rich blood and lets the blood flow to the left atrium, which fills with oxygen-rich blood. Then the mitral valve opens to let the oxygen-rich blood flow to the right ventricle. Then the aortic valve opens to let the oxygen-rich blood flow to the aorta, and the aorta sends it to all parts of the body. The oxygen-rich blood to all parts of the body. Now, that's the circulation of the blood. And now I'm going to talk about the coronary arteries. What are the coronary arteries? The coronary arteries are arteries that supply blood to the atrium, ventricle, and the septum. Because the heart is a muscle and it needs oxygen-rich blood. The coronary arteries are divided into to the right, and the left coronary artery. The right coronary artery supplies oxygen-rich blood to the right atrium and ventricle. The left coronary artery supplies oxygen-rich blood to the left atrium and ventricle. What is the cardiac cycle? The cardiac cycle is the contraction and expansion of the heart. The parts of the cardiac cycle are systole and diastole. You will know what systole and diastole are later in this expedition journey. Let me flip the page. Why does your heart make the sound lub dub? The heart makes the sound lub dub because of systole and diastole. Systole is when the ventricles are contracting and sending the blood to the lungs and other parts of the body. Diastole is when the atriums expand and pump the blood like a ketchup bottle to the ventricles. Checking blood pressure. What is the instruments doctors use to check your blood pressure? The instrument is called a sphygmomanometer. It's a Greek word. Sphygmus is pulse. Manometer is pressure meter. The spelling depended on the weight and the height of the child. How is the expansion and contraction of the heart controlled? The expansion and contraction is controlled by the sinoatrial node. Where is the sinoatrial node? The sinoatrial node is in the right atrium. What is a pacemaker? A pacemaker is the part of the heart that controls the speed of expansion and contraction. That's what the sinoatrial node does. So the pacemaker in the heart is the sinoatrial node. Last part. What is blood? Blood is a liquid that circulates the body and gives out oxygen, nutrients, and gases. What are the three parts of the blood? The three parts of the blood are the red blood cells, the white blood cells, and platelets. When you're sick or have diseases, the number of red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets can go down significantly. And the white blood cells cannot fight so hard on the germs that cause the diseases. How do you nourish and take care of your heart? You can nourish and take care of your heart by not screaming, eating healthy, by exercising, and by exercising. The end.
Now can we ask you some questions?
Yes.
You talked about the sinoatrial node. I really did not understand how the sinoatrial node helps in the contraction and expansion of the heart. What exactly does the sinoatrial node do?
It sends out electrical signals to the atriums and ventricles, and that control the speed of the systole and diastole.
Okay. And you said the coronary artery gives blood to the
Oxygen-rich blood.
to the atriums and the ventricles. Does the coronary artery also give blood to something else?
I already said the septum.